And hey, Dick, question. When will you lose the 300-pound pilg head? I only ask because it seems like Make-A-Wish now total meltdown.
I mean, I know you're not, if you're saying 300 pounds, I know you're not talking about Ralph, so, because that's way too light. So I don't know who you're talking about.
So is he there or something?
No, he went up to see his son.
Oh, okay.
Today. He's visiting his son today.
Like, I saw a bunch of people in the chat, like, asking about, like, if he was there or something like that. So I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
It was, well, Ralph's wife left him with his daughter the day he got here and, like, texted him and saying, hey, I'm leaving with our daughter because I'm, like, not satisfied with our marriage.
Oh, shit.
It's like it's very heavy and like sad and all those other things, but like on my side I was like, oh, you sent that like the day he got to my house, like you could have waited a couple days like to do that. You didn't need to send it the day he fucking yeah, honestly, I've looked into the abyss and only I have a memory of it, and it's like a story that people would just like salivate. The Ralph haters and the lovers would just salivate and beat themselves to death to see what I have seen. But I'm hopeful. We had a good talk. Ralph and I had a good talk, and you know how addiction is. You know, I don't know. I don't know how if everyone on the panel knows like what like addiction really is. I'm
addicted
a monster.
to ass.
Yeah, I bet you are. You gay motherfucker. It's a fucking demon. It is. In all of us, some of us more than others, but I have hope. Ralph,
I said this a long time ago, like for all the shit between me and Ralph, when I see people with fucking family issues, like that is the most oppressive, demoralizing shit on the planet, and I hope it gets resolved. Like that's however the resolution comes, you just hope it's over at some point, and it either fixes and rights the ship or the ship sinks and you get to move on or whatever the fuck has to happen. But when people are in the middle of it, it's a fucking disaster. So
I'll talk about it on my show, the Dick Show. If you don't know, I'll talk about it a little bit because there's some funny stuff there. But it was dark and trying, and I have like a bit of a 1,000-yard stare from seeing it.
Tennessee Marine 01 says, "Okay, Dick, did you tell Ralph that he is literally killing himself, losing all his friends? If you're his friend, please suggest medical helped rehab. I don't hate Ralph or you. Met you in Knoxville for the Tonka fight. Just hate seeing a father of two die slowly." So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man. Like your advice on how to deal with addiction is I'm gonna give you credit and say like it's well intended, but it's just like you just don't know what you're talking about. You know, like even people who are addicted to stuff, they don't want to be doing what they're doing, but they can't stop the momentum, and it's like they're compelled to do it.
That's the whole like addiction part of it. That's what makes it an addiction rather than a hobby.
It's like saying like, oh well, if someone's gonna kill themselves, you should shout at them to not do it. Like I'm sure someone tried that eventually.
Worked in Lethal Weapon.
Work. Yeah.
It did work in Lethal Weapon. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, people have to make choices, and you just have to kind of support them and detach emotionally. I like that everyone is so invested in Ralph's future, whatever he decides to do. I just hope he stops drinking. All right, read the next one. It's too much. It's too much. There's so many people who just really, it's like Ralph, like the woman that killed Selena, like her super fan, you know?
Yeah.
Ralph has 1,000 Yolandas who love him to death. He'll be fine or he won't be. I hope that he'll be fine. But
I think what you were saying earlier about addiction is true, though. Like the problem with addiction is there's no amount of argument or persuasion or even like love and affection or whatever that you can give someone to break an addiction. They have to desire and desire is not even the right word. They have to will themselves out of addiction enough at the beginning to like make the effort. And then like they have to stick with it. There's nothing someone outside of that person can do other than just like, you know, you're like around.
You can enjoy your time with them and say you support them like to a limit. But it's always up to them.